Yo, it is the Purple Yeti. I am back again. Purple Yeti roar. Ridiculous moniker is at hand. The delicious Fresca is in the other hand. I have, of course, my tasty little KC shirt. Rocking it like always. That is tart. It's another week. What's coming up? What's behind? What's happening right now? I don't know. It's been kind of a weak week, I guess. But I'll do my best with the various crib sheets. Although you may have been wondering, the new crib sheets out, I had some Twitter issues resolved. Let me know how it looks. You might see, of course, by doing the universal sign for commenting down below. You might see Chevy Chase show back up on there because, gosh darn it, Spies Like Us was an awesome movie. But who knows? We'll see when that happens. Coming up in the past, speaking of which, of the future, by not making any sense or stop making sense from the talking heads. We're going to talk what happened the last week for college football news, shall we? Big 12 athletic directors are getting together. Expanding to 12 is on the issue table, pulpit, whatever you call it. I mean, it would be stupid not to talk about expanding. Maybe not in an excited hurry or in a rash reaction toward like what other conferences are doing. Because I mean, seriously, Maryland in the Big Ten is a laugher. It's jokeable. So I mean, we're not gonna be picking up South Dakota State. Sorry guys, I love you, but you know they're gonna talk about it. It'd be stupid not to. Just like any other conference. I mean, Mountain West split to 2 divisions. We could talk about that. The Mountain West is now the Mountain West Mountain and the Mountain West West. It makes sense, you know. They're looking to do a package deal, TV. They want to come to the big time. They raided the MAC, and they got some high hopes. They're on the up, whereas the Big East is on the down. Come down, right near the Yamaha, right there. So the Big East, they're still looking to get a 12th school. They want a new TV package, but I guess most TV packages these days have to come with that guaranteed of a championship game. Which I don't know how the Big 12 swung what they did when they did, but you know, good for them. They could take their time with it now. But the Big East is looking to put in 12, unlike where the Big 12 has 10. It is damn confusing. I need to collect my thoughts with some Fresca sets in taste. So the Big East, they're going to get 12. Who? I don't know. Tulane, East, West Carolina, Michigan. Who knows? Anyway, that's going to happen. Don't know if it will for real, but I'm sure somebody will jump up there. So the Big East can have a championship game. And then it'll just be the Big 12 next. Now, the Big 12 is also talking about forming a partnership with the ACC, or as I like to call it, a friends with benefits relationship. What that all entails, we'll find out. I mean, who knows? It might just give them an insight on snatching up some teams from the ACC, whereas maybe the SEC and the Big Ten won't have that kind of inside information. But that's inside football stuff. Notice I didn't say the other phrase. So, you know, good luck on the partnership. I'd say the more partnerships with bigger conferences, the better. You want to get your foot and the rest of your body through that door to make sure you don't have to worry about, you know, being left out in the cold. So the more alliances kind of like Axis and Allies, or Risk for the dumber people. You know, form alliances, get it all together, Big 12. So there's a lot to discuss at the Big 12 meetings. I'm sure some other stuff will come up, but that's what we're looking at, and the future looks good for the Big 12. Expanding or not, they're in capable hands. So that's 3 words, not 2. It's not in capable hands. It's in space, capable space hands. Just, you know, check it. You know, just that's what's going. So what else? Let's talk about the last week. Manti T'eo fallout. Sounds like it was cousin. I'm not even going to pronounce his last name. And he pretended to be a woman. That's great. There needs to be a movie about this, but not like, you know, Aaron Sorkin movie, but I'm talking like Lifetime, and I'm talking like Not Without My Dead Girlfriend or something like that, starring Manti T'eo. It's kind of turning out into that kind of shtick anyway, and that's perfect for the Lifetime crowd. Lifetime, if you're listening, make it happen, and then cut me a check for creative direction, whatever you want to call it. So that's the Manti T'eo. Oh, Manti T'eo's going to talk to Kitty Couric. Whoop-de-doo. He was duped. And there's a lot of other swirling rumors about it, which you could dip into Twitter at any time and just be thoroughly entertained. As a matter of fact, just as an added extra bonus, it looks like Dr. Phil himself will be interviewing the alleged hoaxer guy that I'm not even going to pronounce his name. But apparently he gets a Dr. Phil spot. Good for him. Who would have thought catfishing somebody would lead to an interview, probably on television, with Dr. Phil? Good job. Man, you didn't even have to like play football or anything. Oh, what else? Oh, local congressman in Penn State. That's why I'm getting lower here, because I'm going to get deep. So, Penn State congressmen and officials and politicians, 2 representatives, want to have the NCAA remove restrictions on scholarships for Penn State football. What? I mean, please. You know that they're just politicking. I mean, oh, chair is fixed. They're politicking. It's a joke. It is truly a laugher. Shame on them, really. They're politicizing something, which politicians do. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, jokels. Ugh. It is kind of sick. I'm going to get this taste out of my mouth. Okay, I'll chime in on this one last thing, because spring practice is coming up. National Signing Day is coming up first. Some recruits are switching and decommitting and recommitting because they're kids. That's what they do. It's a big life choice, so I'm not going to jam on them at all, really. You know, if you want to switch, switch. You know, you got to take care of yourself first, and don't listen to coaches complaining about them. Now, what I'll talk about is our official president, talking about thinking long and hard if he had a kid that happened to be male. We'll call it a boy. And he had to think long and hard about whether or not he should play football or not, which, you know, parents should think about that about any sport that they play in. They're never actually going to be totally safe in anything they play in, including billiards. I mean, I kind of got a little bursitis, you know, racking some sticks up back at Tony's in Shawnee, but that's a different story. What I'm talking about is recognizing the risk and maybe moving forward with it. The president, of course, is going to chime in because everybody wants to hear his view on things. Which, you know, I guess if you look up to him, that's great. I don't look up to government types in terms of being a moral compass for me or anything else. But, you know, some people like Greek-style yogurt, other people like regular yogurt. It's just the way it is these days. At any rate, that's my chime in on it, is that it's going to be dangerous no matter what the kid does as soon as he leaves the house. You know, anything can happen. Sure, I mean, you get smart about it and say, okay, I'll wait a couple years before he develops a little bit more before I start throwing him at other kids, just so they have a little bit more control over stuff. But you know, if they want to play football, they want to play football. But it's also on the coaches. Again, it's also on the coaches to teach them proper technique, because you can't be just flying in there with your head down. That's, I mean, anybody could see that you're probably going to hurt your head if you do that. Sure, a lot of unintended things can happen, but a lot of unintended things happen anyway, like in other sports, like basketball and soccer. Soccer, whatever. So it's proper technique, and it's teaching them at an age when they're able to control their own bodies. So I don't think President weighing in is going to cause a big damnation on football altogether. It's, if everybody thought that way, we would be in a lot worse condition than we are already today. So, off the pulpit. Signing day is coming up. Speaking of politics and coaches and leaders running their mouth, that's coming up. But look for some kind of non-coverage from this post here in the next week or two. As a matter of fact, National Signing Day is March of February 2012-13. That would also be National Signing Day. It's the day in February. It's the first Wednesday of February, so a week from Wednesday. Whoop-a-dip-a-doo. So look for special coverage that you won't see anywhere else, because there probably won't be any. Yeah, look, go to KCCollegeGameDay.com, add KCCGD, comment below, subscribe up above, somewhere around y'all, or hey, see y'all next time. That's all I gotta say. See ya.